Hello and welcome. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran and you're watching a special broadcast here on DD India. And with me is a very special guest, Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka of Fiji. Now, my guest needs no introduction, but just for the benefit of viewers joining us from India and around the world, Prime Minister Rabuka is a man of many parts, a politician, a soldier, former army chief, and an athlete. He was elected Prime Minister of Fiji in 2022. It's his second tenure as Prime Minister. The first was between 1992 and 1999. He's Fiji's seventh elected Prime Minister, but the first to be elected in Parliament and the first elected leader to serve twice as Prime Minister since the country's independence from the UK in 1970. He's a retired Major General of the Fijian Army. He's an alumnus of India's Defence Services Staff College. He holds a Master's degree in Military Science from the University of Madras in 1979. And what's more, at 75, he won a bronze medal in the shot put at the Oceania Athletics Championships in June 2024. He competed in the over 65 category, recording a throw of 7.09 meters. He almost won another medal at the championship, finishing sixth in the discus competition. He's represented Fiji at the decathlon at the 74 Commonwealth Games and played rugby union for Fiji as well. And in 2018, during a break from politics, he managed the Pacific Islands Rugby Union team during its European tour. Mr. Prime Minister, welcome, or should I say, Nisa Bula Vinaka.
Thank you very much for your very, very generous words of introduction, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk to you and to your audience.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, appreciate it. Now, how did your talks with Prime Minister Modi go, and what did you discuss, and are you satisfied with the outcomes?
I found it difficult to talk, to be with such a great man, leading such a great nation. I finally managed to, and we had a very fruitful discussion on the various development programs that are ongoing between the two countries, the small island nation of Fiji and this great Republic of India. And as you have mentioned, I am fortunate to have been an alumni of your staff college and was awarded a degree by the then Madras University. So it was great, a great chat with him this morning. We covered a lot of ground. We covered socio-political interests and developments. We particularly socio-economic developments in the areas of medicine, agriculture, and the various current topics of security in the region and in the world.
Mr. Prime Minister, talking about the bilateral ties, how do you view India's development partnership with Fiji?
Well, for Fiji, it is natural, and it's also natural to expect it to grow stronger and stronger. India, or the Indian people, particularly those that had come to Fiji as part of the indentured labor system during our colonial days from 1879 to 1916, more than 60,553, I believe, came to Fiji, and they laid the foundation for modern day Fiji. We had just come out of our tribal days. We were ceded to Great Britain in 1874, and 5 years later, the indentured laborers arrived to support, in fact, to establish the sugar industry, which has been the mainstay, had been the mainstay of the Fiji economy until tourism overtook it a few years ago.
Mr. Prime Minister, how would you describe the defense and security ties with India? Is there scope for doing more, especially given the recent adoption of Fiji's maiden national security strategy?
There is a lot of scope for the development of that. As we have always said in the Pacific, better the friends we have known for longer.
True.
And there's no one else apart from the British that we have known longer than India. So it is natural for us. It is a natural affiliation,
True.
national friendship, which stands to develop more as we go into the more technological, innovative era that we're into now, and noting India's own development in those fields, we stand to benefit a lot.
Indeed. And how can India contribute to peace and security in the wider Southern Pacific? Do you think India can be a good fit for the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent?
I believe it'll be a perfect fit. And we appreciate very much India's own development and India's attitude in consideration of the smaller developing nations, particularly the island states of the Pacific. We are generally tribal people. We understand the importance of culture and the importance of friendship, which is a very, very strong bond between India and Fiji.
And when you talk about India-Fiji ties, Mr. Prime Minister, is there scope for, again, doing more within the Forum for Indo-Pacific Islands Cooperation, which, by the way, comprises India and 14 Pacific Island states?
There's a lot more in that area. Most of those 14 countries are very, very low in our technological development. We are prime areas for more agriculture development. There is a lot of room for us to move into so that we can guarantee self-reliance on food. Food security is there, but to be self-reliant and not rely too much on processed import food. Those are the areas that we are looking forward to benefiting from in our cooperation with India.
Mr. Prime Minister, when we look at the region as a whole, the Southern Pacific and the wider Indo-Pacific region, can, for instance, the Quad comprising the US, Japan, Australia and India play a useful role in the Southern Pacific? Do you see the Quad as a force for good?
At the moment, the Quad, as it is serving our interests very well, in that it is a bloc that we have trusted for longer than any other defense or security development partners, and one that we are comfortable with having same sort of roots and traditions, and one I hope can develop further, whether we become an actual part of it or we just be in the periphery of it and benefit from the Quad cooperation.
And both India and Fiji have good ties with Australia as well. So is there scope for Fiji, Australia and India to work together to tackle the most pressing issues facing the island states in the Southern Pacific?
It would be a perfect fit for the triangular relationship to be developed more, particularly with Australia's proximity and location in the Pacific.
True.
Knowing that our area of interest is the whole globe. Our area of influence is about Australia and the eastern seaboard areas of Asia, but further out, because of the ocean connection and because of our traditional connections, India is a natural partner.
And talking about the region, Mr. Prime Minister, how do you view China's presence in the Southern Pacific?
China is part of the Pacific in the sense that the waters that sweep across the Pacific touch on the shores of China. We have a long-standing association with the Chinese people, those who were there even for the colonial days as free traders, and during the colonial days. And we also had that good relationship with the Chinese people. With the change in the various political changes that have happened in China recently, and what the China that we had a relationship with was nationalist China of the war era. But then we cannot determine, we cannot dictate to China which way to go. They have had their own development, political development, and they have this new this group that has been in place for a long time and have brought China to where it is today, a great power in the world. So we have to respect that, and also hopefully they will respect our independence and our right to choose who to partner with in those strategic areas.
Mr. Prime Minister, talking about China, China has signed a security pact with the Solomon Islands. It maintains a police presence in some of the other Pacific Island states. How do you view these developments? Are you comfortable with what China is up to in your region?
In Fiji, particularly, we have had a steady relationship. There was a little more with the previous government, particularly in the area of policing. We continue to have our military personnel training, sometimes in China, and we have maintained very good diplomatic relationship with the People's Republic of China. And we had a strong cultural association with Taiwan. They have asked us to lower the profile of that relationship. We have done that, and but continue our cooperation without making it too obvious that we respect the one China policy, like the rest of the world, particularly a majority of the members of the United Nations.
If I may follow up on China, Mr. Prime Minister, China, for one, is militarizing the waters near the Philippines and some other countries in the Indo-Pacific. It's attempting to do the same in the Southern Pacific. Chinese warships have carried out drills near New Zealand and Australia. Is China, for instance, welcome to set up a base in the region?
I do not believe there is a need for a base in the region. The way they are equipped, the way they are deployed at the moment, there is really no need for them to have a physically established base in the Pacific. We would like to maintain it that way because we do not want to be torn between the major power rivalries in the area. It's a reality. It's a reality in our development of today that there are certain strings that may be tied to some of the assistance we get. We have to be very, very careful on which ones to accept and which ones which ones we can afford to do without, as we already have established relationships with other development partners for those.
Mr. Prime Minister, you have spoken about an ocean of peace. You also mooted an ocean of peace treaty. What do you have in mind?
I have in mind the cooperation of the Pacific Island territories, and I have promoted that. In fact, I presented it in my address at the United Nations General Assembly in 2023. Then came home and proposed it to the Pacific Island Leaders Conference. That has been worked on by officials of all the island nations, and it will be adopted as a resolution in the Pacific Island Forum Leaders meeting in Honiara in a few weeks' time. So once that is done, I will have to take it back to the United Nations in the General Assembly in September and say, we have done this. And hopefully other regions in the world will pick it up. And we slowly spread the concept of the ocean of peace. And we know it was a long time ago, and when the navigator Ferdinand Magellan named the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, in 1520, he came through and saw felt the peaceful nature of the Pacific. Although recently we've known that it has cyclones, we have those very testing natural disasters that are now pretty frequent and pretty vicious. But at that time it was a peaceful ocean. And we would like to, whether it continues to be an ocean of waves, an ocean of cyclones, at least the people can be at peace, knowing that they can continue with their lives without being threatened by outside major forces tearing us apart in whether we side with this one or side with that one. And the ocean of peace is not really the absence of conflict, but the peace of mind that people can feel, we in the region feel, in the Pacific feel. We would like to spread it. We would like to spread that to the rest of the world. We have been peacekeeping now for almost 50 years, and it's a pity that we have to rely on soldiers from small economies struggling to survive, providing troops to keep warring factions apart and try and bring about peace for the people in the region.
And before we move on to other subjects, Mr. Prime Minister, since you referred to Taiwan, China has said that it will capture Taiwan by force if necessary. How would that affect Fiji and the region as a whole if China were to indeed attack Taiwan?
Well, we are part of the United Nations, and we contribute to the idea of peaceful resolution of all differences. India is a perfect example. You live amidst conflicting political ideologies and have managed to conduct your internal as well as external affairs pretty successfully. Recently you had some unfortunate incidents with some of your nationals killed in an incident a few months ago, and hopefully we can just continue to promote peaceful resolution of differences. And if we can do that, hopefully we will find some sort of resolution in Europe and in the Middle East pretty soon.
Indeed. Mr. Prime Minister, I'm approaching the end of my time, so a few questions about you so that our viewers get to know you better, the man behind the persona, as it were. Now, you keep yourself active. Do you have a fitness secret?
Well, I do not smoke. I have a few glasses of wine in the week when I'm dining with the family and with friends, but very, very reasonable amounts. I was not like that when I was young, and all soldiers know that. So it has been a great transformation in my own persona, in that I have had to exercise discipline, particularly now that I'm leading the country again. I have to show the example, the importance of physical fitness. I have a watch that tells me how many steps I take in a day, and I have a target. And every day,
what is your target?
My target on this one, at my age, is 6,000. 6,000 steps, and I do that very easily. For example, right now I'm already on 5,900.
Great.
Just walking to and from the car, and then doing a bit of endurance walking in the room when I'm not talking to very important people like yourself. So I do that. I have a gym at home, and I'm encouraging my my great-grandchildren to be physically active, not spend too much time watching the screens and
That's right.
Facebook and all these things. I'm encouraging them to read. I read the Bible aloud to myself daily. I read 6 chapters a day, and it helped me in my public speaking. It helped me in my reading, and helped me understand the spirituality of religions.
Absolutely.
All the faiths in the world I respect very much, because I believe in God, one God, that we all worship differently. And my 1 year in India, and almost 4 years in peacekeeping among Arabs and Israeli, the Jewish people, has taught me tolerance. It's taught me a lot of good things about human nature, and at my age, I have to make sure I leave a lasting impression of
Indeed.
the young people who look up to me as grandfather, great-grandfather, and all,
Indeed.
and a leader.
And talking about fitness and sport, Mr. Prime Minister, what do you love playing the most? Is it shot put, discus, decathlon, or rugby?
Equally. I love them equally. It was not wise at the time. I have 2 titanium knees, thanks to Dr. Bharat Modi of Vadodara. I hope he is watching and will see that the knees he replaced in 2006 are still working very well. And him and his family, Harshida and the boys, I wish you well and thank you most sincerely. And also the group that was with me in 1979, Admiral Prakash. I know he was in my syndicate and became Chief of the Navy. We were taught by some of the very best generals. General Rodriguez was our chief instructor in the Army Wing. So I owe a lot to India, and I'm very glad to be here. I was last year in 22 before the election, and 2006 for the knee replacement, and 79 when I was quite fit, and I enjoyed my time in Staff College.
Mr. Prime Minister, I heard you speak in Hindi at the World Hindi Conference held in Fiji. Could you say a few words in Hindi for our viewers, if you will?
I don't know whether they're Hindi words or Nepali. Mera naam Rabuka ho. I used to say I was Sipai Hun. I was a soldier at that time. I'm no longer a Sipai now. I'm Prime Minister of Fiji. And Namaste, India. Thank you very much, Dhanebat, for your friendship, and I look forward to continuing our relationship.
And do you watch Indian cinema by any chance, or have you tried the Indian cuisine?
Oh yeah, I love it. I even have the Fiji version of it, in particularly the use of coconut in our curry. It is very, very popular in Fiji, and I love it. My wife used to when she was cooking more, used to be very good at cooking curry, and she learned from her Indian friends when she was teaching in the gold mining area of Fiji. The Bajpais taught her, Mrs. Bajpai, who recently died, taught her how to make very good curry.
Mr. Prime Minister, when you look back at your illustrious career and life, do you have any regrets at all? Anything that you did or did not do, or something that you could have done differently?
I cannot say that I wished we had a leader who would see that the way Fiji was heading in 1987, and decided to keep the political leaders together rather than watch it deteriorate. And me, from a serving soldier, senior officer at the time, watching the deterioration, I knew there was going to be a breakdown. And then I had that preemptive action, which everybody calls a coup. I got a call from General Rodriguez at the time. He said to me, "Steve, do you know what you're doing?" And I said, "Yes, General." "What are you doing with our people?" And I said, they're no longer your people. They are our people. I look after them.
All right, on that note, Mr. Prime Minister, may I say, Vinaka Vakalevu. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts with our viewers in India and abroad. Thank you for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. Dhanyabad.
Thank you. And with that, it's a wrap on this special broadcast. But news continues here on DD India. You can catch all the latest updates on our social media, mobile and digital platforms. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.